Right, that's the Avon Hotel where I'm staying. Let's have a look inside. Wait till you see these stairs. Bit of a slant. Right, this is my bedroom. This is a bunk room. It's 3 bunks, look. I'm in the middle one, but I've got the room to myself, so I had it to myself last night, and hopefully I'll have it to myself tonight. But everything's sloping, it's like being on a ship. If I put a marble down there, just roll all the way back to that. I'm loving it though, it's great. Okay, there's the signpost that I was stood where I got my hitch into Silverton. I've just been dropped off with Pat, the guy that co-owns the Avon Hotel. His brother actually owns it, but he works there. That there is Mollis Lake. As you can see, we've had some more snow. I've got about a half-mile walk now from here back to get onto the trail, where I shall be back in touch. Well, good morning. It's a bit chilly today. Like I just said, I've just been dropped off back at Mollis Pass campground. Me and Mill got a lift from Pat, as I've already said, this morning. I've got about a 3/4 of a mile walk to get back on trail, which I'm nearly there now. And then I've got around 76 miles to get me to Durango, which is the end of the trail, so this will be my last video, so I'm just putting you in the picture. I'm looking to get about between 20-23 mile a day. That gives me an 8 or 10 mile hike in on Sunday to find some accommodation. So that's where I'm at. The temperatures are dropping nightly, it's getting colder and colder. The forecast for today is pretty much the same as yesterday. Bit windy, the wind's very cold. The wind, I mean, I'm wearing gloves and the sun's up, so the wind is very, but I'm above 12,000 foot, so. But I don't think there's going to be any more snowstorms, so that's a relief. But the wind is cold, and like I say, at night the temperature really does drop. So fingers crossed that snow stays away. So, but we shall see. Well, there's my camp spot. I'm going to camp at the side of this lake. I've got about 22, 23 miles in today, so I'm more than happy with that. Here's the lake, look, and here is where I'm camping. Should catch a bit of sun in the morning as well. I'll actually see you tomorrow. That was a cold one last night. My toes are still cold. Beautiful morning though. I think that mountain is trying to tell me something. Yeah. Not like being videoed. So that low point there, that dip, that was where I stood for that last clip that you've just seen, looking that way. And now I'm heading down from that pass, right down there. It's all downhill now for a good bit. I think my views are going to disappear within the next 20 minutes. But at least I'm going downhill. Right, this is my last water source for about 20, well, reliable water source should I say, for about 20 miles. I'm just stocking up. I'm carrying a full 3.7 litre out of here. I may get water further down because we have been having some thunderstorms, snowstorms the last couple of days, but this is the last reliable source, so I'm playing it safe. Right, just a quick update. I've just literally, I've only walked what, maybe 200 yards, if that, from the the water source from there. Now I think I mentioned yesterday I got a lift from Silverton with Merle, a girl that's doing the trail as well with the dog. I bumped into her quite a few times, and I bumped into her. Well, we camped within about 100 yards of each other last night, and I bumped into her a couple of times today. So I'm literally just about to put my rucksack on and she shouted me. So I turned around, she goes, oh, it's Merle again. Now I know she was going to stop there and have lunch. They stopped for about an hour because she's got a dog. She's got a dog called Newt with a border collie. So she come up to me and goes, did you see it? Did you see it? I said, see what? She goes, that bear. I'm like, what bear? She says, there was a bear in those bushes about 300, 400 metres just before the waterfall. Now, she's literally, she can't have been 200 metres behind me because I'm about to pack up and go and she's just turned up. I'm like, I've been dying to see a bear. And I've walked right past one. I've walked right fucking past it. I said, no, whereabouts? So she told me where it was. I thought, yeah, I remember that, just past that water thing. She said, yeah. I said, there were little copse of bushes and small trees. She says, yeah, it were in there. She said, I was walking up to it and Newt, he looked into the bush and growled. So I looked into the bush and he goes, oh, what's up, Newt, what's up? And a freaking bear stood up and ran off. I'm like, are you gotta be kidding me? I've been looking at the damn trail like I do, 6 foot, 5 foot in front of me because I don't want to trip over. My mind's wherever it is, and I've walked right past it. The bear's obviously heard me coming and just sort of, you know, let him pass. He's feeding on berries. And I've walked right past the goddamn bear, 12 foot away from it. I'm useless. I'm never going to see one. That's probably the last time I'll see Merle as well. We just fist bump because she's due to finish Monday afternoon. I'll be finished Sunday afternoon, so she's kind of slowing down because her parents are picking her up she's from Nebraska, like I say. Her parents are picking her up from the trail, so she's slowing, so I probably won't see her again. God, I'm pissed. I am so bummed. It's not going to happen, is it? It ain't. It's not going to happen.
Well, good morning. That's my pitch for last night. I had absolutely fantastic sleep. And I'm really fortunate that I found this flat area. I mean, it's a well-used area, look, because everywhere else is really... I'm going through a really steep area, look. I mean, this literally just there, it just drops right away, look, right to the bottom. But I've had a bit of a weird... Well, not, I won't say a weird experience, but I can't work things out. I always get up in the night to go to the toilet. My bladder's not what it is. I should get a bottle, really. And I'm not into peeing at the side of my tent because other people have to come and use it. You know, just lean out and have a quick pee. So I got up. Now, when I say get up, I put my cap on and I clip a torch to my thing so I can see where I'm going because it was really dark last night. So I came here and I had a pee up there. Bearing in mind I've got a head torch on, and I've just got up this morning again to have another quick pee in there, out of the way. And look at this, and I can't for the life of me work out what's left that. But it wasn't there last night when I had a quick pee, so I wouldn't have gone there. You know, I would have been concerned about treading on it. I would have gone further up. So something's probably come in here last night while I've been asleep, smelt my urine and then done that as a, hey, this is my this is my area kind of thing. That's what I'm guessing, but I don't know. It don't look like bear poop, but I can't think what else it is that size. It's not deer. That is a fact. No, I don't know. So this will be my last full day if everything goes to plan. I think I've got about 28 miles still to go. Something like that anyway, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to grab a bit of breakfast and then I shall be on my way. Be in touch with you soon.
just enjoying my last view of those mountains there, as I'm starting to drop down now into this valley that I just took a clip of. But there's the trail heading right down there, and it swings round to the right. I can see it with my naked eye, you probably can't with the camera. But basically I'm heading up there, look, to that pass. That's my destination. Well, it looks like I'm going to be going, here's the path, look, past some old, well, I'm not sure what it is, mine workings or an old cabin. Well, we'll see in a minute. Okay, I'm not going to find out what that is. There is a trail goes up there, but my trail, I've just come down there, look, and it's hairpin, and I'm going down there and basically follow inside that mountain. Well, there's that little cabin, look. Imagine the views he must have. Well, would have had. Now that's where I'm headed. I've just had my map out, I've had 10 minutes, I've took some bearings, I am heading right down that valley. And I can make out in the distance, right in the distance, where it goes flat, there's a pale area, and then to the left of there, there's a load of buildings, shall we say. I'm just wondering whether that's Durango. It's smack in line with what my bearings are saying, so it could well be, or part of it. I'm about 21 mile away from finishing, so that looks about 20 mile, 24, 25 mile. But that's where I'm going. I'm heading down now into all those trees and then making my way down that valley. I hope you can see this. Right back there looks where I was just, what, less than an hour ago. Can you see the cabin? I can see it with my naked eye, but I can't see it through the screen because the sun's on it. That's the little cabin that I was, what, less than a quarter of a mile from. I've worked my way right round here and down. Yeah, what a view that cabin must have. There's a little waterfall, look. You just make it out above that tree. Lovely. Well, there's my pitch for tonight, my last night on trail. But the beauty of this tonight is I have got a fire to keep me warm. Aren't we, guys? We are going to be warm tonight. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be good. I shall see you in the morning. Well, good morning. My final day on trail. I've about 7 miles left to do to get to the end. And then I've got to find a hitch into Durango, where I've got 2 nights booked, a local hotel, well, motel. I did 25 mile-ish yesterday, just over 25 mile. I was on a bit of a tear. I was going to try and finish last night, if I'm honest. I got a bit of a... I had my head on a little bit, and then I bumped into those guys back there. They shouted me, because I've hitched. I've met them before. Young Alex, the lad with the dark hair. I met him, I think it's second or third day. He was hiking the first bit from Waterton Canyon to Breckenridge with his dad. So I met them then, and I remember saying then, his dad was saying, oh, it's his first hike, blah, blah, blah. So has he got a trail name? He said, yeah, Casanova. And Alex was like, no, it's not. So anyway, I've just bumped into them again. I bumped into Alex about 3 or 4 times. And the other lad, called Tinkup, I met him in Silverton. I met them both again in Silverton. We stayed in the same hotel, the Avon Hotel, and they left a day before me, and I've caught them up. So we sat round the campfire last night, and I said, so you got a trail name yet then, Alex? He says, no. Excuse me. He said no. And then Tinkup said, well, I've actually got one for him. He said, these last 4 or 5 nights, because they've been hiking together for a week, He said he doesn't shut up about pizza. He does not shut. Every night he said, I can't wait to get to a trail town to get some pizza into me. So we're going to call him Home Slice. So he's now got a nickname. So Alex is now Home Slice. Now, if he'd have said Home Slice to me, I wouldn't have associated that with pizza, but apparently over here, Home Slice means pizza. I don't know how it works, but he's Home Slice now, so he's got a trail name. Like I say, they're just packing up behind me. So I'm probably going to see them at the trailhead because, like I say, I'm going to be hitching from there into town. I'm going to be staying for a couple of nights until my cousin Carol arrives. But I'll go into more detail of that further down the trail. I'll catch you in a bit. That's where I was stood about half an hour ago on the overlook, getting those great views. I'm about 2.5 miles from the end now. Well, hello. I don't usually end a video like this. I usually end it at the trailhead. But a couple of things happened to make that not possible, basically. So I'm just going to fill you in on the details, then I'll get off. I was nearly done yesterday. Well, let's just go back a little bit further. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I'm a real believer in karma. The older I get, I don't know, the more I tend to think there's maybe something in it. You try and live your life right, then hopefully good things can happen. I do believe in it. I don't just half believe in it. I really think there's something in it. Now, I don't know whether I've mentioned this before, but what I try and do on trail, I pick rubbish up. If I see any rubbish, any trash, whatever you want to call it, I pick it up, put it in my pack, and I carry it out. I've always done it. Been doing it for a good few years. Not that there's a lot to pick up, because these places are really looked after. But if I see any old beer cans, Coke cans, I'll squash them down and carry them out. Same with pieces of paper, whatever it is, I'll carry it out. And then when I get to a trail town, I put it in a rubbish bin, no big deal, just what I do. And I'm same with the wildlife. I try and look after the wildlife. I don't start stamping on ants or beetles or bugs. I try and avoid them. I try and let them live their life. I just, live and let live. It's their house, not mine. So this morning, I'm coming down to the trail. And I was really close, really close. And I bumped into an elderly couple walking a dog. So we started talking for just a little bit, and the lady says, "Oh, what part of the UK are you from?" Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I've got a thing about people thinking I'm an Australian, right? They said, "Do you hear the accent?" They go, "Oh man, love the accent. Where you from? Australia?" Oh, no, not once on this trail has that happened. Nobody's thought I was an Aussie or a Kiwi on this trail. Scottish a few times, but I can deal with that. That's not a problem. So I says to the lady, "Oh, from England, right?" And the guy looked at me and says, "That's a Yorkshire accent." I'm like, "What?" This is the first time ever. The only other time it was sort of close to that was in Pine in Arizona, when the guy said, "Oh, you're from the north of England." So I says to him, "Yeah, Yorkshire, yeah." So we talked for a bit longer, and I says, can I ask you, how did you pick up on the accent? What did you know, what gave me away, sort of thing? He said, I spent a year in Leeds University when I was younger. He went to the university in Leeds for a year. So obviously picked the accent out straight away. So then we got talking even more, and we were stood for a good 15 minutes maybe a little bit longer. And I hear a noise on trail, so I look behind me, and it's Tinkup. You know, the lad I camped the night with, Tinkup and Home Slice. He walks past, says hi, blah, 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 and carried on. Now, unbeknown to me, I knew I was close, but I was less than 100 metres from the end of the trail. So the guy, Preston, he said to me, so what are your plans for when you finish? What are you going to? I said, well, I'm just going to hitch a lift into Durango. I said, I've got a couple of nights booked at the Adobe Motel. And then my cousin's coming to come through for 3 nights in a bed and breakfast, an Airbnb. So we're going to do a bit, you know, the touristy things and what have you in Durango, in and around. He said, oh well, I'll give you a lift if you want. Now this, bearing in mind, I'm not even finished the trail, and there's a guy offering me a lift. Durango. So I said, oh my good, thank you so much. That'd really help me out. It's a 5-mile walk or a hitch if you can get a hitch. He said, yeah, no problem. So his wife says, well, look, you drop him off and I'll carry on walking the dog. And by the time you come back, we'll be ready for you. So I thought, unbelievable. Like I said, good things come round. Now, we got to the trailhead, and he says, oh, does your mate want to lift? So I don't know, I'll ask him. So I asked Tinkup, like, he goes, oh, yeah, man, that'd be ace. So I says, oh, by the way, Tinkup, do you mind if I jump in the front? I want to get a little video of getting into Durango. He says, no, man, you get in the front, do what you want. So yeah, took a quick video of getting into Durango, and then when we got out, I got a picture of me, Preston and Tinkup, and I said to Preston, I said, by the way, do you realise there's a town in England named after you? He goes, oh yeah, I've been to Prestine, other side of the Pennines, yeah, I know all about it, lads. So we had a laugh. Now this is about maybe 10 o'clock, so Tinkup says, you fancy getting some breakfast? I says, yeah, hell yeah, something hot. So we ended up got to this little place that Preston got up on his Google app, his maps thing, and we had a really cool breakfast. And then he says, right, I'm nipping up to, there's a bar around the corner, it opens at 11. Now he's from Denver, so he's a Denver Broncos fan. They were on the telly at 11 o'clock, so they were a sports, but I thought, well, I'm not doing anything, 2 or 3 o'clock. So we ended up going to the sports bar, sat and had a couple of beers, and at that I thought, I wonder if my phone's worked. So I put my phone on, and I'd had a message from Alex, older Alex, who I'd not seen for a couple of days, because I went into Silverton, if you remember. I hitched into Silverton, so I never saw him after that. But he said, I'm in Durango, you're finishing today. If you want a lift, let me know. I'll borrow my brother's car and I'll come and pick you up. So I got in touch with Alex. I said, oh man, I'm already here, I'm in this bar. And he says, well, there's a bar around the corner called Carver's. You get a free beer if you've done the Colorado Trail. Would you want to try that later? And I said, yeah. And while we're waiting for Alex to come, young Alex, Home Slice, he turned up, so there was 3 of us. Then older Alex came. Then anyway, we all ended up having a drink and something to eat at a place called Carver's on the high street there. And we had a great old chat. We chatted for a good couple of hours. Then we all split up. I came in and I just signed into my motel, and I thought, well, I better clear up what's happened, because I only had a photograph at the thing. So I just so this is me basically just tying the video up. Great trail. Great people, as always in America. Fantastic time. I've absolutely loved it. It's been tough. It's tough on your legs. It's a lot of up and down, well, especially up. So yeah, I'm just going to close it out now. I've absolutely loved my time in Colorado. It's been amazing. It is billed as being the most beautiful trail in America, and I can't disagree with that. Having done it before, I thought, really, you've got some stiff competition, but now I've done it, I can't really disagree with that. So sorry for going on, but I just thought I'd tie this up and let you know what's happened since. I'm in Durango. I finished the trail, obviously. I got a hitching from Preston, God bless him. And that's about it. That's as much as I can say. Hopefully I'm going to see the other 3 guys tomorrow. We may have lunch, but they're all off tomorrow, so they might not be able to squeeze it in. Other than that, I'm just going to go and clean all my stuff out, get something to eat, get some cold drinks in the fridge, and get a shower and wash all my clothes down. So thank you for watching. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I really enjoy the positive comments, and hopefully I shall see you all on the next one. So take care, guys. Good luck.